the powerful backing of American Express.
Where some saw a pickle, we saw a masterpiece. A Sonic Smasher with Grillo's pickles and Dilly Ranch, tangy pickle tots, and a Fit-Rita slush with pickle-flavored bubbles. It's called the Big Dill Meal, and it's a work of art.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestives to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
Welcome back to the NBA 2K26 League, where Cam Spencer is shining in the first half. Grizzlies 9 points. Excellent shooter wherever he's been, Lauren.
The loudest voices on the floor, and I think his Grizzlies teammates love it. I remember last season, Desmond Bane joked that on day one, Spencer just wouldn't shut up in the workouts. He says it's part of what makes him tick. He's intense, he's competitive, he's always chirping. And Spencer also said, you got to be a little crazy. I don't really care. I just try to be myself. But off the court, guys, it's a total switch. He's calm, grounded, driven to make an impact beyond basketball. Cam and his brothers run the Spencer Brothers Foundation, which helps military veterans with job placement, PTSD support, and even mental health research. So he might be a little crazy talkative on the floor, but also making a huge impact with his family off the floor as well, guys.
That's great to hear. Athletic plays on each side of the floor. Jalen Wells, the most recent for the Grizzlies.
Yes, indeed. Great pass by Dingsejocalisjr. Wells paid it off with a nice dunk.
Off balance, 3, bullseye. Jaden Shackelford. There is Spencer. Draws the double. Bounce pass to the slicing Jackson. And that's where you see that potential oozing from G.G. Jackson.
That's what we were talking about. When he takes that ball inside, they want him cutting to the basket and finishing that. Layups, dunks, not a lot of floaters. Use your size to your advantage.
That's it. It was on fire last time out for the Warriors. And their game against the Jazz, where they went up by 10, it was mostly behind the three-point line. That side time inside. 12 have entered the game and scored for the Warriors in this first half. A minute 30 left, and Spencer is fouled.
Right here, Spencer finds the cutting G.G. Jackson. Absorbs the contact, contorts the body, and still is able to finish inside strong. Look at G.J. This big, long, athletic, and agile. Just oozing with potential.
I had a game of his year at
We thought we had him at Carolina. He was supposed to come to the real Carolina. Not South Carolina, the real Carolina. He was supposed to come to Carolina and ended up leaving us going to South Carolina, man. We were heartbroken. We thought G.G. Jackson was going to be a special recruit for us.
South Carolina is putting them in the league. He had Colin Murray Boyles in this most recent draft, selected by the Raptors. His defensive ability. Young player who was a sophomore.
Definitely. We're super excited to be drafted by the Raptors.
I caught that.
What do you mean? No sarcasm. Nah, me, nah.
Spray to the left. Vincent misses. Jackson digs it out. Grizzlies on the run. Jackson wants 3 in front of the rim with under a minute to go in the first half. Armando Bacot, there's a Carolina guy for you. One of the all-time greats in North Carolina. Yes, he is. Got a lot of standout players who played for that university, and a lot of games played. He is near the top of the record books in a lot of categories. Shackelford hits the deck. Bill Strutt to the stripe.
Bacot, stellar career at UNC. Years there, has his name etched in all the record books. So close to being a national championship. Ended up losing that tough national championship game to Kansas.
Just a rebounding machine. All-time leader in North Carolina games played, double-doubles, rebounds. Two-time All-American. Shackle forward, gets the roll. Baycott last year with the Memphis Hustle. Put up 19 points, 10 rebounds. Looking just like Baycott numbers.
He's going to be able to rebound the ball no matter where he goes. That's one thing that he brings to the table. The skill set and the ability to go out there and go get it off the glass.
Meshack turns it up and floats it home, and he's been extremely impressive.
Yes, indeed. We've been talking about his defense and how he's known as only a defensive player, but offensively, he's looked very sharp.
The 59th and final pick in the last draft. 5 seconds separate the two clocks. Tackle forward with a bounce pass, a whistle for and a moving screen.
Meshack right here coming off the pick and roll. Big fella doesn't come up. He pulled it for the nice floater.
Jamon Meshack, Tennessee's all-time leader for wins in a 4-year career.
Temu, shop like
League. That won't count as a personal field goal attempt if it's behind the half-court line. We want to see them launch it. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies, two-man game inside. Meshack, a stellar first half, showing all areas of his game for the Grizz. Memphis has the 1 point. Actually, Memphis and Golden State tied at 43 at the half.
skipping breakfast wasn't a big deal. Before.
I got you.
But now, Wendy's has buck biscuits, like the Honey Buddy chicken biscuit, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for a buck? Gotta be Wendy's.
At AT&T, we confidently guarantee our network.
Oh, no.
What we can't guarantee, you and your teammates being too connected.
What up, Chad?
Double oh no.
I texted you guys. I was going.
I wore that last
I got dressed first this morning. I thought you said you were going to wear it.
Connection means something. That's why with AT&T, we'll proactively make it right with a credit for a full day of service if there is a network interruption. That's the AT&T guarantee.
But wait, there's Marco's.
And Mike. So what do you think of Marco's Pizza with Mike's Hot Honey?
That's so good.
Marco's Hot Honey Magnifico is back for summer. Dough made in-house daily, topped with 2 kinds of pepperoni, all drizzled with Mike's Hot Honey. Only at Marco's.
Huh. Noom has GLP-1 meds now? The psychology-based weight loss company?
Yes, Noom combines medication and healthy habits so you can lose the weight and keep it off.
And they guarantee it. Sustainable weight loss? Yes, please.
Whoa.
Noom gives you an off-ramp so you don't have to be on the meds forever.
Whoa.
That's really smart. That's Noom smart.
Oh, you want to hear the best part?
They start at $149.
Whoa.
Want to know the other best part? They're delivered to your door in 7 days. Noom, the smart way to lose weight.
This barbecue smoker for $26.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase.
This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42. And this DJI drone sold for less than $21.
I got it for $16 on Deal Dash.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
There are auctions going on right now. So what are you waiting for?
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Best weeks of the year for basketball fans in Vegas. Yes, the Sphere. Looking like a basketball. All we need is a hoop that big. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Best of Summer League Wire coming your way.
They're about to play in Summer League. That's crazy. Everybody go out there, compete, play hard. Do what we do.
Here we go, guys. Let's get down. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Red. Yo. Yeah. Here we go. Good, cool. We still got that one when we need it. Go right back to that. Hey, Mr. Ref, what's bonus? 10? Hey, Mr. Ref, 10 fouls is crazy. Mr. Ref, next one's bonus? Oh, it's under 2 minutes? Hey, I'm still learning the rules.
Patience, stay together. We're moving too fast. Calm down. We got 5 guards out here. We calm down.
Hey, we gotta have pace after. A lot of goal screens. Too much one-on-one. That's not the type of basketball we're gonna play today.
Hey, we just gotta get some stops and run. Get some stops and run. Try and plan transition real quick.
Guys, great defense. On the miss, remember, we crash on the high side and we pressure. Okay? Pressure them. You see when you pressure, they turn the ball over. Way to settle in. Good job. Good job.
When you in stack, they giving the mid-range up so I could drive at you like I drove at Dill. Back there. Sir.
Yeah. My 3 was a 2?
Yeah, it was 2.
Damn. Why you ain't tell me to scoot back?
Oh! That's a pro. That's an NBA foul. That's what matters. Just gotta smile a little bit. Don't matter. Just gotta smile a little bit.
DG, I love it. 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 Stay up. Come on, get it back.
Lots to love in Las Vegas during Summer League. This one is a good one. Golden State, Memphis tied at 43. We'll have the second half coming up from the Thomas and Mack Center.
Gravity Defier for life. Iams for life. Also try new Iams Healthy Weight Cat Food.
Paradise doesn't always have palm trees. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Get the drink that gets you at Sonic.
Now it's time to celebrate. The official collection. The Oklahoma City Thunder NBA champions. Available now at NBA Store. A Fanatics experience.
Wait, Noom has GLP-1 meds now?
No way.
Noom, the psychology-based weight loss company?
Yes, Noom combines medication with healthy habits so you can lose the weight and keep it off.
And they guarantee it.
That's really smart.
That's Noom Smart. It starts at just $149, and it ships to your door in 7 days.
It's better than the perfect dink.
Who's ready to get pickled?
Noom, the smart way to lose weight. There's an easier way. From repairs and cleaning to remodeling and more, Thumbtack makes it easy to care for your home. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
The tallest I'll ever be next to you. With these chairs, the way they're situated, I like it. I'm almost 7 feet according to these chairs. Lauren Jabbar also here as well. So the first half had a lot of flavor from the Memphis Grizzlies, specifically of Meshack and Wells.
Meshack and Wells got off and were playing very well. We saw him get out of transition for the dunk. Knocks down the 3 there. They are making winning basketball plays. This play right here, you see Wells throw it straight to Meshack. And Meshack known more for his defense than his offense, but in the first half, he had a quick and efficient 10 points on 4 or 5 shooting.
First half stats, identical score. Grizzlies getting to the line a lot more. It's where you can make up the difference in field goal percentage, and Golden State turning the ball over a little bit more as well.
Yeah, definitely. We look Golden State, they have 13 turnovers, and so that kind of explains why this game is tied, even though the field goal percentage is heavily in Golden State's favor.
Final game of the night, the Thomas and Mack Center, the campus of UNLV. Their new head coach coming up this next season, Josh Pastner. Start of half number 2. Gigi Jackson defending on ball. Against Alex Tui. Contested three, in and out. Golden State gets the offensive rebound, and Shackleford off the front of the rim. Golden State in the first half balanced effort. Shackleford led the way with 8 points. At 12 players who entered the game, and all 12 in the first half scored for Golden State.
Gotta love that. Everybody got a chance to touch him and score the rock.
Jackson likes this matchup. Pass, Horchus.
Great play by Gigi Jackson. Took his time. Had a mismatch. Went to the crab dribble. Once he got in the paint, he realized there were 2 defenders on him. Was able to drop it off to the big fella on the weak side.
No Magne finishes it off. All right, I gotta ask, because I'm sure I'm not the only one who raises an eyebrow. Crab dribble.
Yes.
What exactly is the crab dribble?
You know the crab dribble.
Well, I want to explain it to the people out there.
When you're in the you see I'm not gonna count the bucket. The crab dribble is when you're in the post and you have your back to the defender. Take 1 bounce, 2 right here, 1 bounce, 2 bounce. That's the crab dribble. And we see Gigi Jackson wrap around and drop it down.
Okay, I can't explain the crab dribble. I'm allergic to shellfish. I'm allergic to shellfish. I can't use the crab dribble.
You don't like the crab dribble?
No, I'm not. It doesn't like me.
Listen, I don't want you out here looking like the Will Smith. So
that would happen.
Stay away from the crab dribble.
You stay away from the crab dribble. I'm too close.
All right.
Tui hits the first. We talked about Alex Tui at the top of the show. 52nd pick. 2 Vegas games coming in, 11 points per game. Now he has a connection to Andrew Bogut, former Golden State Warrior, NBA champion, played for the Sydney Kings, which is Andrew Bogut's team. Or he was the NBL's Next Generation Award winner, which is sort of the Rookie of the Year award. Jackson draws 3 defenders. Meshack, who was excellent in the first half. Jackson, ball fake, back rim, tip back. Will Magne finishes it off for the Grizz.
Gigi Jackson won't get credit for that bucket right there, but that was all him doing all the extra work, keeping that ball alive.
Jackson, that time the hip check. Rowe hits the deck.
Right here, you see Gigi gets the offensive rebound, rips it away from Golden State, goes up, looks like he gets fouled. But just that extra energy and effort leads to that offensive rebound right there. And once again, man, Gigi's been, they said he got a cold. He's been struggling to breathe out here. Looking hands on the knees on the weak side. He's struggling to catch his breath.
I want to give him credit for taking the court and giving the effort that he's giving.
And look, hey, man, he is exhausted.
Yes. Man, hands on the knees.
Look how his chest is. He is really tired.
Lauren, what do you see?
Yeah, same thing as you guys are seeing too. Nobody did tell me.
Hard-hitting journalism there, Jordan. Yeah.
I'm bringing a lot to this broadcast right now.
Oh, my bad. I set you up for it.
Jordan, what you see?
That was all me.
Lauren, what do you see? Yeah.
That was my bad on that one. I'll take the
He
credit.
did tell me pregame, though, guys, that the biggest thing for him this season is consistency. He doesn't want to get too high. He doesn't want to get too low. Just find that sweet spot in the middle, and a part of that is getting those reps. Also, this is his 3rd year. He's heading into his 3rd year with the team. And I said, you're kind of a leader now. You're a veteran here at Summer League. He goes, I try to still keep my youthful ways, though, while also still being a leader. He said it's easier having Cam and Jalen by your side. It takes a little bit of pressure off of you, but having the guys look up to you on the court, he said it speaks volumes, and I accept that challenge with open arms.
He's still only 20 years old.
He's still young.
A 20-year-old vet. That's how young the league is getting.
Crazy. You just look on the Warriors side, for example. That corner 3 goes. Will Richard selected for them, 22 years old. And Alex Tui's 21. And Gigi Jackson's going into his 3rd year, younger than both.
Nice take right there by Rowe on the baseline.
Jackson Rowe, he's 28 years old. Jackson, front rim.
And those are the shots that he's going to have to knock down. We talked about Desmond Bane leaving. One thing that Desmond Bane did at an elite level was shoot the basketball. If Gigi Jackson's going to be in that rotation, he's going to play with a guy like Ja Morant. When Ja gets down the paint, Gigi's going to have to knock down those 3-point shots. That's where the work is going to have to be put in the offseason.
They do still have Contavious Caldwell-Pope, part of that trade, who plays nominally the same position at shooting guard and Slide up to the small forward, Desmond Bain. Tough to get it in here. They do fling it past half court. Wells has to scoop it up. But Wells will be in contention for more minutes with the Bain trade. Sacramento product. Off the bounce three. Sacramento had a good draft in terms of players from that city a couple of years ago. It was Jalen Wells and Jared McCain, both representing Sacramento. Both had great rookie years, of course, both cut short. McCain shorter than Wells with an injury.
Both those guys right there really showed a lot in their rookie years. Obviously, they were both cut short by injury, but you can see the promise of both of them. They knew how to play, knew how to fit in with veterans. Look forward to both guys showing what they're really about in this offense season.
Shackleford against Wells. That's a tough defender.
That's a tough bucket, too. A little bit of a shut and go. Pump fake. Reverse to the other side of the rim.
2-point Golden State lead. Jackson does it himself. No help needed. Only help needed is from the defense. Will Richard flings. Bowling comes to reach. Can't time the steal. Instead of three.
Took a little bit of gamble right there. Gamble went down, pulling. Gamble went down with the steal. Richard was able to knock it down.
Will Richard stands at 6'4", 22 years old. Whistle and a moving screen.
That's the thing. When you gamble right here, when you gamble on this steal, you got to get it because you're out of position. The defense isn't expecting you to go that far down, and now you give up a wide open three on the strong side, which is what you're
As both teams make a bunch of substitutions, that gambling and being able to recover. No team, I felt, did that as well for a long time as Oklahoma City did last year. Like, that was the foundation of their defense. It felt like they weren't gambling because they could quote-unquote gamble for the steal, but they wouldn't give anything up because they're so athletic they could get back into position and snap of a finger.
They ain't gambling if you keep winning.
Which, it doesn't happen here in this city very much.
Yeah, that's
you don't keep winning. That doesn't happen here.
No, that's what OKC was known for. They were known for active hands, getting out of the passing lane, making it tough on guys.
Bump on the corner three, no whistle. Tyler Burton wanted one. Madsen flings. Alley-oop broken up. Trailing from behind. Fleming. Going to get his hand on it.
Great hustle by Fleming.
Tough inside. Transition for Burton. This game was tied at halftime. Still 1 point of separation here in the third.
It's still tight.
Delone, bounce pass. Marquise Bolden rockets it off the backboard. Gets his own rebound across the paint. And finishes with contact.
Big fella sticking with it right there.
Bolden, the bully. The stick-to-itiveness from the big man in Golden State by 3.
Oh, look, I'm bottomless. Just like bottomless apps for $9.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. That's right, you can get bottomless mop sticks, fried pickles, and so much more for you and all your bottomless friends. Bottomless apps for $9.99 only at B-Dubs.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. So get out there, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, and never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
Right now with Employee Pricing Plus, purchase and get an average of $10,900 below MSRP on 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 models. Hurry in. Offer ends July 31st.
But wait, there's Marco's.
And Mike. So what do you think of Marco's Pizza with Mike's Hot Honey?
It's so good. Marco's Hot Honey Magnifico is back for summer. Dough made in-house daily, topped with 2 kinds of pepperoni, all drizzled with Mike's Hot Honey, only at Marco's.
Most storied rivalries ramps up on NBA TV.
The debut of the WNBA.
It's a coastal clash when LA and New York take to the court.
Everybody is so fired up about this game.
Stewie leads the Liberty.
On the head, still at the catch, and the finish.
Who look
dynamic Kelsey Plum and the Sparks.
Launches and hits.
Warriors collide in a coastal showdown. Sparks Liberty. The action tips off July 26th on NBA TV.
Jalen Wells coming off of the game-high 23 against Portland. 18 points per game in Vegas, 11 so far in this one for the player who was named to the all-rookie team this past season for Memphis.
When you watch Jalen Wells play, you just understand that he knows how to play the game of basketball. He never really forces the action, takes what's there, but understands where to be and how to take advantage of offense and defense.
Two-way player. Yes. By the way, this 4-point lead is the largest of the game for Golden State. Warriors into the second round of the playoffs this past season before Steph Curry got injured in their series loss to the Timberwolves in 5 games. Baycott in and out on a 3. Inside, Poland snatches the rebound. Baycott again, yes sir.
Saw him miss the 3, but get right back into the post and get to that little jump hook. That's where he feels a lot more comfortable. More of a traditional big, got the old school back to the basket moves.
So looking forward with the Warriors, you brought up how stacked the West is on paper, at least heading in. In what tier would you have Golden State?
Oh, you see a nice triple right there. I have Golden State probably in the play-in type of team, because if you put me on the spot, I have OKC ahead of them, obviously, Denver, Houston, I would say Minnesota. Truthfully, I like the, if Kawhi's healthy, I like the Clippers a little bit more than Golden State as well.
There you go. So yeah, you're right into that play-in mix right there with the teams you just rattled off.
And let's not forget, there's some up-and-coming teams like that. Like, what are the Dallas Mavericks going to look like? And what are the Spurs going to look like? You can see some of those young teams, especially a team like the Spurs, make several jumps depending on Wemby's health and how he looks. And then how they mix in guys like Dylan Harper and getting all those young guys mixing in together.
Knocked out of bounds, will go the other way. Warriors stand up on defense. Yeah, it's just one of those where they were so good last season once they made the Jimmy Butler trade. And you're going to think, all right, now you get a full off season to work out any of the kinks that you might have had. But on the flip side, so many other teams that have the same type of, well, if things go well for us, we should be right there in the top half of the West too.
The West is tough. The West is tough. There's going to be some teams this year that are really good teams that aren't going to make the playoffs. We're going to have a certain expectation for that team, and we're going to get to the end of the year. We're going to be like, wow, I can't believe they didn't make the playoffs. Like, an example of that would be coming into the year, we all thought the Phoenix Suns were a playoff team. We didn't think they would win it, but we thought they would be a playoff team. They finished 10 games under 500, weren't even a play-in team. So there's going to be some of that for some of these teams in the Western Conference.
Transition. Triple. Count it. Hey. Lights it up in a timeout. Warriors have figured something out here in this third quarter. They're on a 14-4 run and using the long ball to do it.
We're all unreasonable about something. For us, it's creating an uncompromisingly delicious bourbon. Handcrafted, consciously made. Maker's Mark. Perfectly unreasonable.
Skipping breakfast wasn't a big deal. Before. I got you. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits, like the Honey Buddy Chicken Biscuit, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for a buck? Gotta be Wendy's.
Whether it's care before or after school, or sitter for date night, the new Care.com makes it easier than ever to find the care you need. And you don't have to hire just anyone. You can find a background-checked caregiver who's the right fit for you. Join now for 20% off Care.com.
It's a summer-long heat check.
Here we go.
The NBA's Generation Next showcases their talent. It's summer.
I like summer basketball.
in Summer League. Coverage continues on NBA TV.
Pagod ka na ba sa old school tumbler, bestie? Yung malaki, mabigat, don't worry, I got you. Check out this new tumbler. Oops, hindi yan pambato. Kasyang-kasya sa bag mo. Pwedeng dalhin sa hiking, sa field trip, sa mall, sa pang-travel. Kasyang-kasya. Oh, tingnan mo, hindi ko lang masara. Wait lang. Medyo masikip yung bag ko eh. Oh, nagkasya. Let's go. Tapos ang commercial, kaya click mo naman. Oh, diba? Durugin mo man. Bubukas ulit. Kaya ako sa'yo, bestie, i-add to cart at i-check out mo na to.
Warriors 14-4 run. We have two players in double figures. Rowe and Shackleford each with 10. Grizzly is trying to stem it. There's Meshack, who has 10 on the night. Uses the spin, in and out on the jumper. Spencer rebounds and banks it in.
Spencer snuck right in there along the baseline, grabbed that rebound, and then took his time with the pump fake inside, was able to pay it off for two.
Bernard step through move. That's strong with the left.
Yeah, real nice Euro step right there. Really nice.
Finger on it to knock it out of bounds for the Warriors' second round pick.
See right here, right there, it's Euros, Cam Spencer right out of the way. Excellent take.
Trying to play with the defender on his back, and Spencer does draw the foul. Coleman Hawkins upset. 68-58 Golden State. This game was tied at 43 at halftime. Spencer off the levering screen. Meshack's had the ball in his hands quite a bit.
Yes.
Spencer with Bernard on his back. Cross-court dime. Here's Jackson. 2 on the shot clock. One-legged fade.
I don't like it. See, and that's where not being able to knock down the spot-up jumper comes into play for G.G. Jackson. Cam Spencer did a great job of drawing two. He kicked to him, but G.G. doesn't have the confidence to let it fly. So he takes another dribble, dribbles into the defender, and ends up taking a way tougher shot with that one-leg fall-away jumper from the mid-range.
Is this the type of setting, too, where it's like, hey, the stakes are lower for wins and losses in Summer League. Just take the three if it's open, just like Cam Spencer, even though he wasn't even open. It's a contested one. Meshack, 94 feet defensively. That time is guilty of the foul. And that's what he did at Tennessee.
But getting back to your point, as we see right here, Cam Spencer is able to knock it down. So getting back to your point on G.G. Jackson, you are 100% correct, Chris. You're in the Summer League. This is when you don't worry about missing spot-up threes. You're here to hit those shots. You want to work on that, take those shots, because you're not going to be taking one-legged fadeaways with John Moran and Jaren Jackson Jr. on the court next year. They're taking those shots. You have to be able to hit the spot-up shots.
Being able
this league, and they're used to having the ball in their hands as far as being stars in high school and AAU setting, even in college. You get to the league, and that's not your role anymore. And if you don't adjust, you won't be here long.
It's almost a race to who can figure that out the quickest to have that lengthy career. Low pass out of bounds, turnover Grizzlies.
I remember talking to Bobby Portis one time, and he was saying that he was an incredible high school prospect. I think he was SEC Player of the Year, and so he had an he was used to just having the ball and getting a chance to score when he got to the league. He said it took him a little bit of time to figure out, okay, I'm not going to be the guy here. How do I help the guy? How do I help other players that are really good? And he figured it out. He's had a long, illustrious NBA career because
playing with energy, hitting spot-up threes. Bobby Portis does it very well. Meshack will strut to the stripe. So my Meshack was all SEC defensive team. 4 points, 5 boards, 4 assists in the win over Portland for the Grizzlies. This game in double figures. This game in double figures. Was a 72% free throw shooter his final year with the Volunteers.
See, that Tennessee team that he was on was really tough. I actually had them pick to go to the Final Four, man. Boy, they ran into a really strong Houston ball club.
How many SEC teams did you have in the Final Four of your bracket? Of course, a couple of them made it. Florida, joining Auburn, number 1 seeds. Did you have North Carolina going that far in your bracket? Did you? Yeah. Even from the first four, you had them going all the way to the Final Four?
Yeah. I got a lot of alumni. I have a lot of alumni watching, man. Yeah.
I want to make sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Picked them to win it all. What are you talking about?
They looked good in the first 4 game against San Diego State.
Yeah, well, they looked really good in that game. And the life came out as fast.
Bernard. Spencer knocked it away. Also strong defense inside by Lovering. Those two combined. Meshack ahead of the pack. And the Grizzlies claw back within 4.
Fighting their way back in. It's going to be an interesting fourth quarter. Grizzlies getting back into it with some defense. Getting scrappy.
You can see Meshack defend right here. And Shackleford navigates around the screen. Hawkins from distance. 3 seconds. Spencer from half. A heave. So that will not count as a field goal attempt for Cam Spencer.
Yes. We see Cam Spencer right here. Looking up at Meshack behind the defense for 2. Golden State by 4.
Oh, look, I'm bottomless. Just like bottomless apps for $9.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. That's right, you can get bottomless mop sticks, fried pickles, and so much more for you and all your bottomless friends. Bottomless apps for $9.99 only at B-Dubs.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
Don't know who can clean this? Thumbtack knows. Get recommendations for every kind of home project. Hire the right pro today.
Back here in Las Vegas, a 4-point game here for Jemai Meshack. Jemai, you are doing everything there in the third quarter. You're defending. You're the offensive spark plug. What's your mindset now heading into the fourth quarter?
Want to win. I want to win. This feels like an NBA Finals game to me. That's how I treat every game, so it's going to be no different.
What's it going to take to win? What's the key now to close the gap?
We got to get stops to get out and run. When we're at our best, when we're in transition. So getting stops, communicating, and not be afraid to shoot the ball.
Jemai, I appreciate the time. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so feels like an NBA Finals game. We need to deliver an NBA Finals style broadcast then the rest of the way. You up for it?
Yeah, we definitely do. Definitely. Crowd's a little light in here for the NBA Finals field, but I will allow it because the young fella's excited for his NBA Summer League action.
Yeah, that's weird. Talking about the finals. On the other end of the floor, just had an incredible block. Let's take a look. And Oklahoma City in the finals will be proud of this one.
Yeah, that's the NBA Finals level block right there. I tell you that. Good play by Bolden. Coming over there, crossing the midline, defending the paint. Well, so if you're big in this league, a guy like Bolden, you got to defend the paint. You got to make sure that when you're in the paint, guys see you, they fear you, and they understand that you're going to have a presence at the rim.
I feel like just the quote-unquote lazy perception of NBA basketball is it's just a lot of threes. But still, the foundation of offensive basketball, therefore the foundation of defensive basketball is all about the rim.
Yes. We talk about the amount of threes. We see Mishak right there with the excellent steal that ends up turning it over. But we talk about the amount of threes being played being taken in today's game. But at the end of the day, it still starts out with what's going on in the paint. As we see Richard knock down the three.
You know, it's not the NBA Finals, but the NCAA championship game. Will Richard was big time.
Yes, he was.
Florida hit 4 threes in the title game. His team upended L.J. Cryer's Houston team. Of course, L.J. Cryer, another member of this Warrior Summer League squad. Tui wants the rim. Flings it. He can't be the one to touch it, or he does touch it. And I'm not going to call the travel. Line drive shot, shorts. Offensive for Richard, but wipe it off. They foul on the floor. But you can tell the Warriors, that's a team that is coming out with the mentality of it being like a finals. Their bench erupts.
Yeah, listen, and you love to see it. You love when your bench is giving you energy like that because the guys on the court can definitely feed off of it.
So will be a side out of bounds. Oklahoma City and Indiana both gave you some great crowds throughout their run to the NBA Finals. Two of the best environments that you'll see in sports. Jackson Euros and draws the contact.
With E.G. Jackson special, 6'9", can push the ball to the length of the court. And when he starts getting downhill, man, he's creating problems at the rim.
He gallops.
Yes, he does when he gets into the open floor.
So Jackson to the free throw line. Gene Jackson coming off of a 16-point game. Tonight is 6. Summer League action continues tomorrow on NBA TV, ESPN, ESPN app. NBA TV tomorrow, you have the Suns, Wolves, 5 p.m. Eastern, ESPN2. The doubleheader of Kings, Cavs, Bucks, and Bulls. Now ESPN tomorrow, to round out that night, got the Dallas Mavericks, likely no Cooper Flag, of course, against Philadelphia, and we'll see if BJ Edgecombe will give it another go after making his Vegas debut tonight. 15 points all in the second half.
Yeah, BJ Edgecombe kind of struggled in the first half. It was a struggle. But then kind of settled in a little bit. Got a couple of highlight plays at the rim and settled into his game in the second half.
Cooper Flag, number 1 overall. Dylan Harper wins second. And then kind of rewind the clock a few weeks draft time. It was almost like the draft started at 3 with Philadelphia.
And the interesting thing is Cooper Flag struggled his first game.
Yeah, you're right.
I called Dylan Harper's first game. He struggled mightily in that game until later on in the fourth quarter. And then we just talked about BJ Edgecombe, his first game in Summer League, he struggled also. So all first 3 picks kind of struggled in their debuts.
That's something that we've seen in the past. Victor Wembanyama last year, his first game was...
Do you remember the idiots that thought when Victor Wembanyama was playing in the Summer League and he wasn't averaging 30, they're talking like he wasn't going to be good? I was like, man, the overreaction is crazy.
Second game, I think he had 5 blocks or something like that. And it was, okay, he'll be all right. I think he might have a little career ahead of him.
Yeah, that guy's got a pretty bright future, huh?
It's like it's the NBA Finals with Meshack all the way to the rack.
Listen, he said it to him, it's the NBA Finals, and he's playing like, look at him, not giving up an inch. Guarding, getting out of transition, scoring the ball as well.
He has 15 points, 6 of 10 from the floor, and he's made 2 of his 3 threes. Bolden, got it.
Bolden right there taking his time. Looked like he was in a little bit of trouble. Able to Turn over that right shoulder, so some nice touch on that shot.
He's 27 years old. Undrafted back in 2019. 18 games of NBA experience with a few different teams. And Bolden and the Warriors will talk back. Richard races back and gallops to make it home.
Richard snuck behind the defense right there on the Memphis end. Nobody home.
6 minutes and change to go. Richard forces the turnover. He made 2 key defensive plays in the final moments of the championship game against Houston. One of them was against LJ Cryer.
I think he lets LJ Cryer know about it every day at Summer League.
Which
definitely, you know how good it is. Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I'd be texting him clips, highlights.
Walk around with the ring you got.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Cryer, though.
I'd be wearing, like, Florida colors every day.
Not sure he doesn't. Connor, triple bullseye. That's Chris Manning. A 7-0 run for the Warriors. Stripping traffic. It's won by Rowe. Cut off. No look time. Richard again. Timing for Golden State. Warriors wizardry on the break. A corner 3. About as good as it gets. Warriors by 8.
Playa in. Breathe out. Corona. La Playa awaits.
Breakfast wasn't a big deal before.
I got you.
Buddy's has Buck biscuits, like the Honey Buddy chicken biscuit, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for a buck? Gotta be Wendy's.
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or active psoriatic arthritis, symptoms can sometimes hold you back. But now there's Skyrizi, so you can be all in with clear skin.
Things are getting clearer. Dipping my skin, yeah, that's on me.
With Skyrizi, you can show up with 90% clear skin. And if you have psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi can help you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clear skin and better movement. And that means everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie can help you see.
NBA 2K26 Summer League top 3 picks. Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, VJ Edgecombe, Mavs, Spurs, Sixers. What did you see from those 3?
Well, when I watched Dylan Harper, he struggled early in the game, but he continued to get downhill. He never stopped being aggressive, and in the end, he made some big-time shots that was able to help his ball club. VJ Edgecombe, I saw some things defensively. Once again, I saw him struggle with the shot-making aspect too, and that's kind of the reoccurring theme I saw from all 3 of those guys. They struggle with the shot-making aspect of their game in Game 1. But we know all 3 are going to be really, really good players.
Which player do you feel like has the best rookie of the year chance? And I ask that because it's just interesting scenarios for all 3 of those guys. It's not set up for like the bona fide stats because they're all on teams that are trying to compete and win.
This is a very weird year to be at the top of the draft. Normally, if you're picked in the top 3, normally your team is terrible. You're tasked with turning the whole franchise around and lifting it up on your shoulders. Well, these guys are all going to teams where there are going to be players that are on that team that we know are better than. I think Cooper Flag is going to be phenomenal. He's he's not better than Anthony Davis today. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving's still on the team, so he's not going to get the same opportunities as the normal number one pick. You know, we talk about a guy like VJ Edgecombe going to Philly. If Joel Embiid is healthy and Maxi's there, he's not going to get the normal shots that a number 3 pick would get in that situation.
He might be the 4th guard.
And the same thing with Dylan Harper. You have De'Aaron Fox, you have Wemby,
so Castle's the rookie of the year.
Exactly. So all 3 of these guys are incredible players, but could they get beat out by somebody else being drafted lower than them for a rookie of the year because that person has more opportunity? Yeah, absolutely.
I have a guy who I'm going to throw at you as my pick after Spencer hits this free throw. I don't want you to laugh at me.
Uh-oh. See, whenever somebody says that, they better come with some tomfoolery.
Trey Johnson.
No, there's nothing funny about that.
Okay.
Trey Johnson can score the ball.
Yeah, he's gonna score.
He can score the ball. He can shoot the ball. I think Trey Johnson could definitely be rookie of the year. Why do you think I would laugh at that? Especially as an ex-Wizard?
I wasn't sure if you thought you might have the opportunity. Maybe there's a lot of people who are trying to prove themselves on that team.
But I think he's very talented, and there's a lot of people on that team, but it's not like he has a Anthony Davis or Joel Embiid on his team. You know, he has some guys that might want some shots early on, but you know, if Trey Johnson shows what he's capable of, I'm sure the coaching staff and the front office will clear the deck for him. Like, if this young man is capable of averaging 20 right away, and you got a vet standing in his way, that vet won't be standing there much longer.
All right, guy who can score it. Great inbound sense. Executed to Delone.
Excellent execution.
Warriors trying to hang on for the win. Pick up their second win in Vegas. Cryer ahead. LJ Cryer.
Gotta love the defense, especially when it turns into quick and fast offense. LJ Cryer paying it off in transition.
You know you gotta play defense.
Got to.
When Kelvin Sampson's your head coach. Have you ever been to a Kelvin Sampson practice?
I have not, but I heard they're very interested. I heard you don't actually even need a basketball.
You do not. Ball fake to the rim. Everything but the hoop.
LJ Cryer down back behind the play.
And one. Warriors separating late in the 4th.
Right now, Golden State taking complete control of this game. You see Manning right here driving down the lane, takes the contact, takes the bump, still has the wherewithal to finish. Impressive.
Largest lead, Golden State. Set up by Chris Manning. Spent a year at Vanderbilt. He was a grad student. 4 years at Cornell. He's part of that Vanderbilt team that made their first NCAA tournament since 2017. Loaded SEC. You know it's good when Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Out here going to the NCAA tournament.
Exactly. You know the SEC is definitely loaded on Vanderbilt basis because, you know, normally their academic standards are sky high. They can't get the ballers in. They can't keep the ballers eligible over there.
Every game was like a quad one in that conference. Wells wants 3. Back Aaron and Delone, gets the rebound. Manning, he tries Baycott.
Tried it.
Wasn't successful.
Great job by Baycott, though. Excellent defense.
Tremendous seal. Armando Baycott. That's a big, I'm sure you like to see center carve out position like that.
For sure. I think more centers should do that. Like, you know, just a lot of times you see guys running to the three-point line or they're pointing to the lob and they don't get it, they just clear it out. Sometimes it's good to just...
Over 7,000 users gave us 5 stars. You can't go wrong buying school uniforms at Lazada. I always get my kids' uniforms here. The fabric is gentle on skin, long-lasting.
God.
Former North Carolina star at the line. Oh, I saw Coach Williams in Vegas earlier in the week.
Oh, yeah. You know, he's out here supporting these guys. They're both coming with family, man.
Expect nothing different. 5 years at UNC. Number 1 all time in the ACC in rebounding, over 1,700 boards in his 5-year career.
That's a lot of rebounds. A lot of rebounds.
We'll take a pause with 2:55 to go in the final frame, with the Warriors trying to hold on.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo. Allow me to assist. Pickles. It worked! Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The answer is Sheboygan.
Good match. P-E-Z-O-L. Bottom row. From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
But wait, there's Marco's.
And Mike. So what do you think of Marco's Pizza with Mike's Hot Honey?
So good. Marco's Hot Honey Magnifico is back for summer. Dough made in-house daily, topped with 2 kinds of pepperoni, all drizzled with Mike's Hot Honey. Only at Marco's.
Paradise doesn't always have palm trees. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Where some saw a pickle, we saw a masterpiece. A Sonic Smasher with Grillo's pickles and Dilly Ranch, tangy pickle tots, and a pickle-rita slush with pickle-flavored bubbles. It's called the Big Dill Meal, and it's a work of art.
Mom! Yeah? I found. Okay, there's bandages in the cabinet. I'm bleeding. Grab 2.
Sheba, what cats want?
Standouts on each side. You can see Cam Spencer leading the way with 20 points. Will Richard, you see right there on your screen, he has 12 to lead the Warriors. But again, for Golden State, it's been about balance. 12 players have seen the floor, and all 12 have scored. And when your leading scorer only has 12, and you have 87 as a team, that's balance.
It's balance, and also the thing is, it speaks to how efficient they are too. Because they shoot 52% from the floor, so one guy doesn't have to do a lot. If you see a Hail Mary shot right there, but they're getting quality looks, they're knocking those down, shooting 52% from the floor. On the other end, as we see Gigi Jackson knock down the 3, that's the shot that needs to continuously take. On the other end, we talk about Memphis shooting 36% from the floor, 25% from 3.
You mentioned earlier on in this game, you wanted to see Jackson, if he has an open space, just launch it.
Yeah.
And he did just there, and
I don't
cashed out.
I don't care if Gigi Jackson, if the shot is, if it's an open spot of 3, I don't care if he goes 0 for 10. Because it's all about developing and hitting this shot. This shot right here, as Gigi Jackson gets it back, catching and shooting and hitting that shot, right there from the top of the key, the strong side corner, the weak side corner, that will determine what type of NBA player he'll be. Because if he can hit that shot, everybody in the league will be clamoring to have this kid on their roster.
What do you think of him as a defender? Because he's 6'9" and has the athletic frame.
6'9", has the tools. Big, strong, fast, athletic. We know he can. We know that he can chase guys around screens. He gives you versatility because of the size. He can switch ball screens. So you love everything about his game. He just has to knock down the 3-point shot. Because when you're a role player that can defend and knock down threes, you are so much more valuable, because now all-star players can play with you because you do the tough stuff that they don't have to do defensively, and offensively you give them space.
Catch and release.
Let it fly, Gigi. Let it fly.
You'll like to see it.
If there's 2 minutes left in this ball game, get you 2 more shots up.
A shot per minute would be quite a ratio. Tui goes behind the back. Hey, Shaq rotates over. It causes the jump ball.
Can't play with that ball around Meshack. He has excellent hand, excellent defensive instincts. Right here, sees his bigs in trouble, comes right over and attacks the ball.
Some guys just have a feel, right?
There's some guys that just always know where to be defensively. They're crisper on their rotations. They're just a little bit better at fighting around and getting through screens, and Meshack is one of those guys.
Tennessee has had a number of those type of players over the last few years. With 2 on the shot clock, Shackelford is fouled. And free throws coming up with 92 seconds left in the game.
Like I said, a guy like Meshack is somebody that can definitely play for my ball club. Because of the energy, because of the intensity, and the fact that I don't have to teach this guy defense. I don't have to teach him defensive principles. He already knows them. He lives and breathes them every time he steps on the basketball court. Once again, it's kind of what we talked about with Gigi Jackson. Just how many shots is he going to be able to hit when he is wide open? Can he turn into, let's say, for example, like a Lou Dort? Lou Dort couldn't shoot the ball when he came into this league, but he defended. He did a lot of things on the defensive end, and then he eventually was able to hit corner shots. Wow! As Gigi throws it down, a little show and go. But the ability to defend and knock down threes at a high clip is super valuable.
You brought up Lou Dort as a comp, or at least somebody to look to improving that part of the game. Timeout called by the Warriors to save that possession. Gigi Jackson, late night flavor in Vegas.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? To a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
Get the drink that gets you at Sonic.
Playa in. Breathe out. Corona. La playa awaits.
But wait, there's Marcos.
And Mike. So what do you think of Marco's Pizza with Mike's Hot Honey?
It's so good.
Marco's Hot Honey Magnifico is back for summer. Dough made in-house daily, topped with 2 kinds of pepperoni, all drizzled with Mike's Hot Honey. Only at Marco's.
Second half, Warriors gaining their separation.
In the second half, the Warriors have really gotten it done. It's been a total team effort. You see Cryer right here with their excellent defense turning into offense. But it has been everybody, all hands on deck. 4 players in double figures. Everybody getting in on the action. When you look at this ball club, Will Richard has 12. Jackson Rowe has 10. Chris Manning with 11. And Jaden Shackelford has 12 himself. Gotta love how everybody's getting a little piece of the action. But more importantly, I gave you those guys scoring numbers, but it's the efficiency. 5 of 7, 4 of 6, 4 of 7. Nobody's playing greedy. Nobody's inefficient. Everybody's playing smart basketball, and that's why they are a minute and 18 away from winning this summer ball game.
A bit of a throwback to the old mantra, strength in numbers for Golden State. Everybody who's seen the floor has at least 4 points. And they've gone deep as well. 10-point lead. Pressure defense and a foul. Coleman Hawkins. And free throws upcoming. And the way it works is the bonus on the penalty is at 10 fouls in a quarter, but it remains in place. Second foul inside the last 2 minutes triggers the bonus. We had our feature at halftime, the Sounds of Summer League. Front rim from Hawkins, and Liam McNeely was asking the referees about the rules of, all right, what's the bonus? And they were like, wait, 10? It's just like shots.
Yeah, man,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, Summer League rules are a little bit different, man. Gotta read the fine print in Summer League.
Good start for McNeely, by the way. A couple of Summer League games for the Hornets. Richard, the steal. Jackson rejects.
Like I said, you know the defensive principles and the defensive instincts are there. That's an incredible block by Jackson.
Under a minute left. Tui cut off. Warriors will let this one wind down. 5 to shoot. Shackleford bounces to an open row. And that should do it. Good night. In Vegas, the largest lead for the Warriors at 95-81 under 40 seconds. Cam Spencer versus his brother Pat, who's on the Warriors the last couple of years. Great lacrosse player. Rowe up top. Hawkins wanted the alley-oop. I don't think Rowe was expecting.
Rowe was thinking, hey, big fella, we need to go ahead and just let this clock run out. Hawkins trying to get one more highlight.
One more assist. Please. Well, Spencer commits his 5th foul. Foul out is 10 as well. Not just the trigger of the bonus, but yeah, you get 10 personal fouls to work with in Summer League. We're here to see the players play. Jackson Rowe, 13 points. Now just 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Oh, wow. Great chat with Lauren earlier on in this game. Rowe mentioned about being a 28-year-old playing in Summer League. You don't see that too often. Three-pointer off the back of the rim from Wells. And the shot clock unplugged. And Golden State set to get their second win in Vegas Summer League. Hawkins will hold. And Golden State beats Memphis 96-84 in one of the most balanced performances that you'll see. Everybody who saw the court, at least 12, scored 4 points or more. The team scored 96, and their leading scorer was Rowe with 14. And that wraps up the action today for the Thomas & Mack Center. 96-84 final.